Hey everyone, and today we're taking a look at PC Toys Neo from The Matrix. This is a third-party figure, meaning it's not officially licensed by whoever owns The Matrix. I believe it's Warner Brothers. This is something that was made in China, and it's called Neo, and there's no mention of The Matrix on it, but obviously it's from The Matrix. And The Matrix is a movie I just recently watched. Actually, it's kind of strange, almost a glitch in The Matrix, if you will, but I watched The Matrix, and then the trailer came out the next day, and I had no idea that the trailer was coming out. It's not a movie that I was following. I wasn't excited for it. I just happened to watch The Matrix out of curiosity, and the trailer came out less than 24 hours after that. It was a bit strange, but I am looking forward to the future of The Matrix because the first movie is just so damn good. It's solid, it's interesting, it's fun, it's iconic, it's just a good movie. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out, and if you haven't seen it in a while, go check it out. It's a fun watch, it's a fun rewatch. And getting to the actual figure itself, and this is the PC Toys box. It is a nice discreet black box with a picture of the figure on the front. On the side we get more of that Matrix code. On the back we get some possible poses, some warnings here and there, and then on the bottom and front we have Neo. Yeah. And here we have the figure itself, and the first thing that screams to me is that face and the soft goods. It looks phenomenal, especially for how small it is. It's great. Let's get a closer look. Getting a closer look at the figure, and I was messing around with this the other day, so that's why these guns are here. It's not packaged with this, but the guns is to handguns can go in there. But staying on the figure, this face sculpt is really impressive. Now, is it Keanu Reeves? Is it Keanu Reeves? Neo Thomas Anderson? I don't think so. I think parts of it are. I think his mouth is very young Keanu Reeves like, but something about the eyes kind of loses it for me. I don't think the hair is as dark as it probably should be, but it is really impressive. Just the skin texture, the nice stubbly shadow right there, and the eyes are done in how a lot of third-party heads are now, where it has this nice shine to it, and it looks almost real. And I do think from certain angles it looks like him. Like right here, I think it kind of looks like him. But overall, I don't think it's more of a generic thing. And they might have done this on purpose so that they don't get a lawsuit on them or anything. But getting to the actual soft goods of the figure, and it is really impressive. This is tailored so beautifully. The pattern is really nice all the way around. It hugs the body well, like it's not oversized doll clothes. It looks really good. We got this shirt right here. You can see his abs poking through here. We got his nice tactical pants and his super edgy late 90s, early 2000s boots. And I had to go look and see if these were costume accurate, and they are. And that's pretty ridiculous, but they are costume accurate, so there's that. Now there is a bendy wire in this trench coat kind of thing. It's not really a trench coat, it's not leather, but it's more of a duster, I guess. Bendy wire is not super strong, but it does get up in the air for you if you are doing some sort of action pose. And let's be honest, this is the Matrix movie. It's gonna be in an action pose. First impressions, it looks really good across the board. One proportional issue I think maybe is that his neck is a bit long, but Keanu Reeves is a tall guy, and because of how this jacket or duster is made, it is not as noticeable because of these popped up collars, which is just super cool, outrageously cool. Moving on to his accessories, and his first accessory has to be these glasses, and I think that these glasses which he wears in the movie do so much for the head sculpt. Here's what I'm talking about. So here's the young Keanu Reeves head sculpt right now. Like I said, I think the mouth is probably the strongest thing, especially from this side profile. That looks like Keanu Reeves to me, but the eyes kind of miss me. Here we have the glasses. Put these on, and they tab into a little hole right above the ear, like so, both sides. And this now, to me, really looks like young Keanu Reeves. This to me now is the Matrix. There's no denying it at this point. And that's not to say it was bad before, but this is just infinitely better in my opinion. So yeah, this is definitely, without a doubt, young Keanu Reeves in The Matrix. I absolutely love this. Moving on to articulation, and it is pretty good, but it is limited by the soft goods, and that's always going to be the case when you have soft goods. You get this nice look to it. It doesn't look like a typical action figure. It looks like a mini Hot Toys or something along the lines. It looks high quality is basically what I'm saying, but you pay the price of not getting all the articulation that you normally get. Still, it's pretty good. So the head's on a ball joint, swivel all the way around, look, even look behind you if you'd like. The arms can move out this far, rotate about that far forward, this far back, and they obviously can't go around because of the clothes. I believe he's got a bicep swivel in there, double jointed bend at the elbow, and the hands are on these hinge swivels. And getting that jacket off, and you can see this long neck, you can see how apparent it is and how disturbing it looks. It's not a good look at all, but I wanted to take it off just to show you more of that articulation. So it looks like his arms can go up quite a bit more, but because of the jacket, it is hindered. So you can take it off and do this. There's a rotation at the upper torso, the upper diaphragm. You can crunch that far forward and that far back. Down at the waist, you can rotate a little bit as well. Crunch even more far forward, even more far back. It's not perfect, but it is something. And you can see this issue I'm having where this is Velcro right here. It's like a tactical strap and it doesn't stay in. It just won't. I don't know what that's about. So that is something that is a little bit bothersome. Could just glue it, could just sew it, but I'm not going to do that right now. His legs can kick up that far, go back that far, nothing at all, and go out that far. He's got a double jointed bend at the knee. I believe that's a thigh swivel in there somewhere. And his feet and ankles are on ball joints. So you get pretty decent ankle rock, and it can go up pretty far and down pretty far. Overall, pretty good. Getting the jacket back on, and let's never take that jacket off ever again, shall we? It was too disturbing. And let's get into the other accessories that he comes with. So he comes with a good amount of hands first. He's packaged with these relaxed, open hands, really casual, kind of just chilling. But of course, you can obviously do the iconic bullet dodge scene, and it looks pretty good. It can do it. That's a pretty big thing for a Matrix figure, I would assume. He can do it. Obviously, it's not going to stand like this. You're going to need something to support it, but it is doable. And when I take these hands out, I keep having this issue of taking out the actual hinge swivel joint, which you're not supposed to do. So, alright, getting these hands on was a struggle, and as I was doing that, I see that this belt that was giving me issues is now just untabbed from this piece, so I'm gonna have to fix that later. But I don't know, that's kind of a quality control thing that I wish didn't exist. But getting to the important parts, and he comes with a pair of fists, and surprisingly these are the only like hand-to-hand combat hands he comes with. I would have assumed some more martial arts hands, but fists are here. They look really good. They match the skin tone really well. They still have some good shading on the knuckles, some red shading on the knuckles where they should be, so they look really nice. Here's a little pose for them. There you go, there's something. Alright, and moving on, we have some of these splayed out hands. I guess they're not dynamic hands, but they are more flexed open than the ones that he's packaged with. And I stand corrected when he doesn't come with martial arts hands. These could easily be a blocked punch hand, but they could also be controlling some bullets that are coming his way. Either way, you can get some of that detail on the palm of the hand. It's really nice. Got some of those wrinkles in there. Painting again matches the head sculpt, so it's pretty good. Here's a nice Neo stopping the Matrix hand or something. Yeah, I don't know. Comes with two of them. This one's just doing nothing, but Comes with 2. Very nice. Alright, and moving on, he comes with these gun holding hands, and he's not holding any guns just yet, but he does come with 2 of these, and we're going to get to his weapons in just a second. Thought I'd do a little bit of appreciation again for how well sculpted and painted these are. But I should also mention that with each hand that I've replaced, this whole ball joint has come out of the arm, and it's not supposed to do that, and it's about as enjoyable as you think it is, which, spoilers, is not very enjoyable at all. But let's get to those weapons. And so basically, when you are taking this figure out of the box, you're going to get this first tray, which has the figure, all the hands, and the glasses. And then you're going to get this second tray with all of the weapons. And forgive me, if you're part of the channel, you know I don't know weapons at all. I'm not a weapon guy in any which way, so I'm just going to talk about them and how well painted they are, but I don't know what they're called. I'm not going to try. Just know those are pistols, and that's about it. I mean, I guess, I could try. I mean, these are rifles, right? Someone can let me know in the comments below, that'd be awesome. But he comes with 2 pairs of each because the Matrix is epic, and you're going to dual wield every weapon regardless of how heavy the firepower is, and that's just something so cool about that movie. One of the cool things, there's so many cool things, but he comes with 2 of these. They come with straps, so you can put them on him when he's not even using them. It's a nice touch. Getting to the actual weapons themselves, and they are beautifully painted. It's not super impressive or anything, but it's all there, it's all correct. It's got this nice gunmetal silver right there, a matte black on the stock, so pretty good. Sculpting's pretty good too. The magazines don't come out or anything, it's not a mezco, but like I'm gonna keep saying, it's pretty good. And there we go, there's a look of them in the hands. They fit in the hands really well, so no complaints there. Getting them in the hands was pretty easy. The hand's kind of flexible in the fingers, so not much of a struggle. They look great. Can't say much more than that. They just look pretty solid. Let's move on to the next pair. Alright, and these next pair of guns are connected with this nice little fake leather strap right here. Don't know what these are called. I would assume that they shoot off really fast because of how long this magazine is, so it's an automatic weapon of sorts, but yeah, I'm not gonna try and guess. Still, they're painted basically the same way as the last ones. There's a little bit of weathering up here, which I think I would have liked more of, but just thought I'd mention that. And I don't know how they're supposed to go on the figure. They're connected maybe around the waist or the neck. We'll see, but I'm gonna get it in a pose and we'll take a better look at it. Alright, and I'm just gonna assume the strap goes behind the neck because that's about as far as it can stretch to. And here's a nice little pose, a little bit more dynamic, flying through the air, shooting bullets. Yeah, it again looks fantastic. I mean, the more I look at this figure, the more I'm impressed. The weapon's really tied all together as being a Matrix figure, so yeah, it looks phenomenal in my opinion. Can't keep saying that, it's a really solid figure, but we'll get to the end. I have some complaints, we will get there. Alright, and getting to these third pair of weapons, and he comes with 2 more pistols as the 4th pair, but getting to this 3rd pair, they're painted basically the same. There's actually a little bit more gold paint on here. There's these little gold highlights right here on both sides, so that does actually pop a little bit to me. I don't know what kind of weapons these are. I'm going to assume they shoot off really fast again. I think I remember seeing these in the movie really fast, but here's a look at these guns in a nice little pose, shooting directly down, firing back, something like that. Anyway, these guns do not fit in these hands as well as the other ones. I don't know why. They're just a little too thick, so they kind of stretch out the hands a little bit. Don't get me wrong, you can get it in there as you can see, but they just aren't as effortless as the other ones. Still, they look nice, and you have a whole bunch of weapons. We're not even done yet. And last but certainly not least, he comes with these 2 regular civilian pistols. They're probably not, they probably shoot a bunch of times, but to me they look like regular pistols. And as I showed off at the beginning of this video, they can go into holsters on his jacket, and I believe they're the only ones that can do that. I mean, the first guns we looked at can go around his shoulders, but these ones actually have some storage on the figure itself. And there's a nice super edgy pose, only needs one gun to take you down kind of thing. So yeah, these guns look great. All of them look great. They're all painted basically the same, so there's nothing really special about either of them, but as a whole they do complement the figure really well. So let's get on to that conclusion, and I do have some complaints, so if you're wanting to hear me say anything negative about this figure, stay tuned for just a second. So I got him up here with all of his weapons on. He does look pretty badass with all those weapons on, so that's kind of cool. And I just want to say that at the end of the day, I'm thoroughly impressed with PC Toys Neo. I personally have had quite a bit of fun with this. Seeing the movie hypes me up for the figure, and the figure maintains my expectations. It's just as good as I had hoped it would be. Now, let's get to some of these complaints. So, I think the weapons are really cool and all, but a lack of muzzle flare or shooting effects really takes me out of it. I know it would be a bit cartoony, but the Matrix is a bit cartoony, right? It's not supposed to be real, so having some cartoon bullet effects would have been pretty cool, would have been appreciated. There's also no stand, so you can't really have him flying through the air or doing anything like that unless you buy one separately, so that's kind of a bummer. No other head sculpt, but actually I'm okay with that. This one's pretty cool. I love how this figure looks currently on camera, so I'm just gonna throw that complaint away. But at the end of the day, is it worth it? Well, like I say on this channel, that's up to you. I'm not sure how available this figure is right now. I got it when it just came out, but it's been a while since then, so you might have to pay a little bit more. That being said, I had a lot of fun with this, and I'm upset that PC Toys hasn't released anything else. Trinity, Agent Smith, Morpheus. I would probably buy all of them. I'd probably buy 4 Agent Smiths just to have this whole cool diorama, but that being said, that's basically my review. I would buy more of these if they came out with them. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like, comment, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more content, and with that, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.